Like this now, what's all this one again? Like all these people like this now, nobody's going to ask them questions. Nobody will ask them questions, say where they come from. They have their bike here, they have everything. And this is Ibadan, like Ibadan. Where do they come from like this? So say I got to my challenge, you go not mean but we go come and watch me by you. Okay? As in
He's not flat this now. He's Hausa. Yeah, Hausa, forget. These people are Hausa.
That's how we say that. Like only God know the kind of people that they come from. Like.
Today in Ibadan, something happened that immediately sends shockwaves through the community. A truck loaded with men, motorcycles, and cows was spotted entering the Dugbe area, and residents quickly raised alarm because the vehicle was identified as coming from the northern parts of the country. Now, with the level of insecurity Nigeria is battling today, many people in the area did not take this lightly. Now, this sighting might sound like an ordinary movement of people and livestock, but Nigerians know that in times like this, nothing feels ordinary anymore. The atmosphere was tense, conversations erupted on the streets, and videos started circulating online showing the truck as it arrived. So what exactly happened? According to multiple eyewitnesses in Dugbe, a long truck arrived sometime this afternoon, carrying dozens of young men, several motorcycles stacked together, and cows tied to the sides. The key issue here is not just the truck itself, but the context surrounding it. Many residents quickly linked it to the recent rise in bandit activities, kidnapping incidents, and violent attacks across different parts of Nigeria. Some residents approached cautiously, trying to understand the situation. Others fled. Some even began calling local security outfits. The simple fact that the truck was coming from the northern region, an area often connected in the news to terrorism and banditry, made people even more uneasy. My viewers, if you are following this breakdown, please like the video and subscribe. Now, let us look at this clearly. In a country where movement of suspicious individuals has often preceded major security incidents, residents were not ready to take chances. Another angle to this issue is motorcycles. In many reported attacks across Nigeria, motorcycles, especially in groups, have been used by criminal elements. So when people saw both the men and the motorcycles together, the anxiety multiplied. Considering these points, we need to understand why this single truck became a community-wide concern. It is not only about who arrived, but how they arrived, and the timing considering Nigeria's fragile security climate. My viewers, if you are following this breakdown, please like the video and subscribe.
Legally, Nigerians have freedom of movement. Anyone can travel from one state to another with their belongings, livestock, or motorcycles. But the reality is more complicated. Security agencies have repeatedly warned that criminal groups disguise themselves as traders, herders, or travelers. This has created a national atmosphere of suspicion and fear. Politically, this raises questions about intelligence gathering and interstate monitoring. Should there be better screening of large trucks entering major cities? Should states have stronger border checks? These are constitutional and administrative challenges that Nigeria has been trying to figure out for years. Socially, this incident reflects the breakdown of trust between communities and the larger national system. When people see a truck and their first instinct is to panic rather than feel protected, it shows how deeply insecurity has affected the national psyche. Still, we must remain balanced. Not every truck from the north is a threat. Not every group of travelers is dangerous. But when the system keeps failing, ordinary citizens begin to fill the gap with fear and speculation. Please like this video and subscribe. To understand this situation fully, we must connect it to the bigger Nigerian picture. Nigeria is battling insecurity from every corner. Bandits in the northwest, insurgents in the northeast, communal clashes in the middle belt, kidnappings across the south, and rising tension between farmers and herders. The economy is under pressure, with inflation affecting food prices, transport costs, and basic survival. Youth frustration is at an all-time high. Many graduates cannot find work. Families cannot afford basic needs. Communities feel abandoned. Ethnic divisions are worsening, and suspicion between regions has become part of everyday life. When a truck arrives in Dugbe, loaded with strangers, cows, and motorcycles, it taps directly into all these unresolved national wounds.
Historical trauma also plays a role. The memory of past conflicts, including the Civil War, repeated military coups, regional marginalization, and failed promises of development, has shaped how Nigerians interpret threats. Fear spreads quickly because people have seen what can happen when warning signs are ignored. This incident is not just about Dugbe. It is about the entire Nigerian story, about survival, vigilance, and the constant search for safety. Please like this video and subscribe. Now let us talk about human reactions, because this part is important. Supporters of the residents' quick alertness say the people did the right thing. They believe that every suspicious movement should be reported. Their argument is simple: better to act early than regret later. These Nigerians feel that vigilance is the only defense citizens have left. Critics, however, caution against stereotyping. They argue that profiling anyone simply because they came from the north is dangerous and unfair. Many ordinary northerners travel for business, cattle trade, or personal reasons. To them, what happened in Ibadan reflects growing ethnic mistrust, which itself is a national problem. Families living in the area say they felt instant fear. Mothers reportedly rushed to pick up their children. Shop owners quickly locked their doors. People on the streets moved away from the truck. Communities are tired of violence, and every new development feels like another potential spark. At the same time, some of the men on the truck may simply be laborers or traders looking for work. Their own emotional reality matters too. They may not understand why people fear them. They may just be Nigerians trying to survive. This is the emotional complexity of our country today. If you value balanced analysis, kindly subscribe. From the government's point of view, several explanations might be considered. First, interstate movement of cattle and goods is normal. Every day, trucks move livestock from northern states to markets in the south. The government may argue that there's nothing inherently suspicious about this. Second, labor migration happens frequently. Many young men travel in groups seeking menial work in southern cities. This is not a new phenomenon.
Third, security agencies may claim that they already monitor such movements and that people should avoid jumping to conclusions without verified intelligence. Government officials may also emphasize national unity, urging Nigerians not to fan ethnic or regional tensions. They might frame the situation as ordinary interregional commerce blown out of proportion by fear and misinformation. But there is also the political angle. Whenever insecurity rises, the government tends to reassure the public, even when gaps in security are obvious. This makes many Nigerians feel that official responses are more about managing panic than solving the root problems. Please like this video and subscribe. So, what happens next? First, local security outfits in Ibadan may intensify surveillance around Dugbe. They might question the truck owners, verify identities, and track the motorcycles. This is likely to calm the community, at least temporarily. Second, public reactions will continue. Social media discussions will grow as more Nigerians share opinions and fears. Political actors may also weigh in, using the event to support arguments about insecurity, governance failure, or regional distrust. Third, this incident may push state governments to reconsider stronger internal border monitoring. States like Oyo might adopt tighter checks at entry points. Fourth, if national security agencies respond, they may issue statements to clarify the situation, calm tensions, and remind the public to avoid panic. Fifth, the incident could deepen public debate about restructuring, regional security forces, and the need for community policing. Finally, ordinary Nigerians will remain vigilant. In a country where survival depends on alertness, people will continue to question every unfamiliar movement. My viewers, if you are following this analysis, please like the video and subscribe.